We got plans, we got goals that we want to meet next year, and we're just going to do it. The goal is always to double your numbers.
Okay.
We shoot high. If you don't aim high, you're not going to.
That's what sometimes people do, is they do shoot for these pie in the sky, but then they're not willing to execute.
I think we hit 100 customers in 2 months.
Because you hustled, right? You've noticed that there's an automatic difference in the effort you put in versus the leads and the clients you convert. As a franchisee, regardless of all the support you get from the franchisor, it does come down to what you put in, you get out. Happy day here, EJ McCoy at the Scoop Soldiers 2025 Staging Summit, our conference. We've got Christian here with us, our Tucson franchisee, otherwise affectionately known as Lady Caca.
Caca's in the house.
Yes, it is. Christian, actually tell us about that. Let's start with that. Tell us about, where did Lady Caca come from? I mean, you're clearly not a lady.
It's for, I think Marion thought of it.
Okay.
I think Marion, you came up with that.
Awesome.
Came up with the idea, and we were just kind of looking at names, and we had a couple other ones, and Lady Caca came up, and it was funny.
It's
so,
hilarious.
So
it's hilarious. And so in franchising, every franchisee has their own LLC, and they're doing business as Scoop Soldiers under their license agreement. And so Lady Caca LLC is our Tucson rock stars. You guys are celebrating your 2-year anniversary with us here at this conference. Talk to us about how business planning went. Talk to us about 2026, what you're excited about.
Business planning went well. I mean, we got plans, we got goals that we want to meet next year, and we're just going to do it. It's good to see our numbers, get to see things.
And we're just getting started with that. I mean, we've got a long way to go to fully develop that. We were talking a little bit about that yesterday in the conference. We really do need to figure out, what does it cost to pull a truck up to a house and put it in park? How much does that cost to put it on the curb? We've done those, but it's been a long time. We're due. So I learned a little bit yesterday just listening to Michael. But talk to me about, y'all are aggressive, right? Y'all truly do believe in growth. Talk to me about your goals. I mean, percentage-wise, are you looking at 20%? Are you looking at 50%? I don't know. I don't want to.
I mean, 50% would be wonderful. That's what we always shoot high.
Yeah.
So if we can get another 700 customers in a year, great. If we can get 5, we'll be happy. But we're going to.
But what's your plan? Like, you broke down the math.
Yeah, we want to do
versus.
Our plan is just to grow. Our plan is just to do what it takes.
But you're not going to be happy if you only grow by 20%.
No, I'm good. I want to double it. Goal is always to double your numbers.
Okay.
So that's your goal. We shoot high. If you don't aim high, you're not going to. You aim low, you're going to end up low.
Fly to all of our markets throughout 2026 and say that right. Your goal is to double every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
That should be your goal. Your goal should be to double, and you got to get out there and do it.
What do you say to the people that say, well, that's not realistic?
Maybe it's not for them, but if but if you're like, I'm going to grow 20%. Then, I mean, how much effort do you have to put in for 20%? You have to put a lot of effort in to double your thing. So if you put in 100%, you're only going to get out of it what you put into it.
That's right.
If you only put 20% into your business and expect it to grow 50, it ain't going to happen.
You're right. And that's what sometimes people do, is they do shoot for these pie in the sky, but then they're not willing to execute.
They want 100% growth, but they're only doing 20% of the work.
And I'll tell you, that is the difference with you. And that's something I've seen. 2 years ago, you guys bought 2 trucks. You had 0 customers.
Yep.
You're the only franchisee who's ever done that. You bought 2 trucks on day 1. I remember, and you were driving back.
We drove them all the way back to Arizona.
I remember thinking, I am not going to mess up this excitement, but man, that's ambitious even by my standard, and I'm pretty ambitious. And sure enough, you needed those trucks pretty dang quick.
Yeah, I think we hit 100 customers in 2 months or
because
something.
You hustled, right? We were talking about this the other day. You have noticed a difference. You've been busy. You've got other businesses. This is not your only thing. You've been busy. You've had to pull back a little bit, slow it down a bit, and you've noticed that there's an automatic difference in the effort you put in versus the leads and the clients you convert as a franchisee. Regardless of all the support you get from the franchisor, it does come down to what you put in, you get out. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I felt like our new customers kind of slowed down a little bit. And cancellations, because I get a cancellation, I get an email.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking right away. Why was it? What happened? And I always try to get them back.
Yep.
You know, I figure out the reason. If the dog died or something like that.
So
then
you'll call them, you'll text them.
I text them, call them. I do it on our leads. I do it, you know.
And by the way, that's literally noticeable. We measure churn rate by market. And you guys are notorious the last 2 years. You've got the best churn rate, the lowest churn rate, turnover rate. And
I
that's,
think
that's again, that's a testament to what you're doing.
I think I think it's terrible.
Your churn rate? It is. The worst thing one of the worst things in this industry is the turnover.
Yeah. And I know everybody says, oh, the percentage is good, but it's not good to me. It's too high.
I love that spirit. That spirit is that you can always do better. You can always level up. It doesn't matter how good it gets. And you're correct. And that's why you're successful. Now, I'll tell you this. Once you get to 20%, there's a little bit of logic that comes in here. Once you get to a 20% turnover, statistically speaking, in most parts of the country, most suburban markets, our clients, 1 out of 5 homes turns over every year, 20%.
Oh.
And so once you get to 20%, and you actually have at certain parts of the year because it fluctuates seasonally, you've had as low as 20%. And that is, in my experience, unheard of in pet waste removal because, again, there's different nuances that are outside of our control.
Yeah.
Last question, and we'll wrap up. Talk to me about the relationship building you got to do this week with other franchisees and how that might have helped them and or you and how that affects the system, you think?
I think it was great because, you know, we didn't come to the last meeting because it was right after
Y'all
we
had
launched.
just done boot camp like 3 weeks earlier.
So I didn't know a lot of. The only person I think I knew was Justin.
Yeah.
You know, and so I got to meet everybody, got to talk to them, and that's where you really make a lot of connections, relationships, and bouncing ideas off each other. You know, that's very valuable.
I feel like half the conference happened. And I say this with tongue in cheek, but half the conference and half the benefits of the conference is the networking and the relationship building that happened at the hotel bar.
Yeah. Or at the roundtables. The roundtables is a great idea.
I have heard really good feedback.
Only thing I would say, make it longer.
Make them longer.
Make them longer.
I agree.
Because we get right in the middle of the conversation, and that was wonderful.
Yeah, we need to remember that, team, because we've heard that from numerous more good round tables and maybe a little longer.
A little longer time, yeah.
That's good feedback.
So.
Man, I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing what you're going to do in 2026. I'm grateful to be a partner with you. Thank you, man.
Thanks for riding the bike a little bit. A whole 2 feet.
A whole 2 feet. A whole 2 feet. I'm sure there's going to be media on that'll be hilarious, making fun of me. But no, thank you for doing that bike. That totally slipped my mind. So what we did here at the conference, as we finish the conference, Christian is a Harley guy. He's got a couple Harleys. I love that. I'm a little afraid of them, but they're works of art. They're beautiful. And I can ride. I get a little nervous with riding. As I've gotten a little older, I realize I'm not invincible. But no, you wrapped one of your Harleys
to match our trucks.
The Road King to match the trucks. So stay tuned for that. If you don't see it on social, you'll see it soon. Yeah. Thanks again for doing that. Again, it just speaks to y'all's commitment, and I love me some Lady Caca. So thank you guys. Make it a great day, everybody.